doesn't know who you are because they live under a rock and they're insane.
No.
Do you want to tell people who you are and what you do?
Sure. So I'm Carlen Costa, aka the Everyday Goddess, a clinical sexologist and psychotherapist. I'm also a cannabis educator as well as best-selling author of the book Love: The Women's Guide to Not Fucking Settling. Hey. And I'm here hanging out with all you beautiful women, goddesses, queens, and to talk about one of my favorite subjects, sex and weed. Sex and intimacy and weed and cannabis and canna butter and lube and squirting and all the delicious, juicy, wonderful things that you put in your north and south mouth.
Right. Well, I can tell you from my own work that sex and cannabis is the hottest topic.
It's available to people kind of for the first time, for folks who haven't kind of been around cannabis previously, and it's opening up a whole new world for lots of folks.
I think it's an entry point for especially women, because for me, and I know for a lot of women, have issues around sex like pain, and so they might try something like this to see if it helps, and it does help. And then that's sort of a gateway into exploring more with cannabis and how it can be a part of your other parts of your life too.
So that's a really great start. So when you're looking at maybe integrating cannabis into your sex life, why would you be considering it? And what are some of, I guess, the better modalities for it, or things to consider when you're talking about how you would integrate it into your sex life?
So why would you want to integrate cannabis into your sex life? Well, one of the biggest reasons is you've tried everything else, right? You've literally tried. You've tried all the creams. You've tried the pills. You've tried, different courses and loving yourself more and meditating every day and yoga and all the things. And then you got a vibrator and you're like, okay, we're doing this. I checked my hormones, I'm eating the right foods, I'm doing all the things, and still something is missing. And cannabis just happens to be a really awesome tool, or plant medicine. I like to call it plant medicine, as an alternative healing therapy to integrate into your intimate lifestyle and everyday lifestyle, right? Why? Yeah. Because why not?
Yes, exactly.
It's awesome. It's available in a variety of different ways to consume, right? And everybody's doing it. Just a lot of people don't talk about it because, especially amongst women, cannabis use is one of the most stigmatized healing modalities, behaviors, right? We can talk about how we go to I feel like some people feel more comfortable saying that they went to go see a person for Reiki healing than they do to say, I smoked a joint on the porch because I just had enough of the fucking kids today. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that that, right? And it's like, okay, well, there's a little bit of a disconnect here. And cannabis really helps us become connected and present in our bodies, in the situation, in the intimacy, right? It creates ritual, it creates intention. We have to think about our usage with it, right? We have to think about why we're using it. We have to think how we're using it. It really brings us into the presence of our pleasure. And that's why I love cannabis, especially for women, because it allows us, it's a tool that allows women to take their power back in the experience of pleasure. And that's so important.
I think there's science behind this, I believe, that women are very cerebral when it comes to sex, and you have to have so many things kind of checked off in order to be able to be present and in the moment. Like, you have to feel good, your house has to be clean, the grocery shopping has to be done. Like, there's distraction all the time, and it's not always so easy to feel good about our bodies or what we've so anything that can help kind of quiet that so that you can just focus on being, not even with a partner, by yourself, even just to be and be all right. I mean, it's a game changer, friends. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Do it, please. Do it.
No,
Look at us. We're happy.
I was struggling with sex until I finally reintroduced cannabis into my life, and I was like, holy shit, I forgot. You know, it just killed all the pain, and it makes you feel very sensual, and it makes you kind of want to touch and be touched. And it puts you in the now, and it makes things, you relax. Like it just relaxes you. And that's the main thing that it does.
Something I find that I struggle with, I don't want to speak for all mothers because that's not appropriate, but I get a lot of sensory overload in my days with my kids. Like people are always touching me, always wanting something from me. My body hasn't belonged to me for a very long time. And there's something about being able to access pleasure and enjoy being touched in a different way and step into a different kind of relationship with touching.
Yes.
That doesn't demand from me. But what kind of advice do you have for people that want to integrate it into their relationship or introduce it with a partner that might not be on the same page?
Yeah. What if your partner's like against weed?
Yeah.
One of the best things to do is to come informed. So come with why you want to use cannabis. And like specifically, like I want to use like high CBD cannabis because I experience pain when we have sex. If your partner says, no, I don't want you to use that because you have pain having sex, then you need to divorce that partner. Like that's, you know, like it's like, I'm sorry, bye. Like, I'll find one of the 4 billion other men on the planet who will be okay with me not having pain when we have sex, right? Like
otherwise we're not having sex.
Well, that's the thing. You kind of have to be an advocate for your health in this way, right? And so if you're going to be an advocate, then you need to be informed as to why you're also using this medicine. Because here's the thing: cannabis is fun and it's recreational, and yes, and smoke a doobie at the party and blah blah. True, but it's also medicine. So we also have to like treat it as such and come to conversations, especially important ones in our relationships, with that mindset, right? With that idea of saying, I understand that this is medicine. So this is the reasons why I'm using it. So then it's about negotiating consumption use. So, you know, once you talk to your partner, you tell your partner why, you know, your motivations for wanting to use this. And babe, let's just try it once in this way, right? And if your partner's like, that's great, but I don't want to partake in it. Totally cool. Not a problem. Don't judge me. You live your best life. I'll live mine, and we'll meet in the middle, right?
So is that a little bit in line with what you do with the Everyday Goddess, or is this more along the lines of Sex for Breakfast, the club that you've got going on? Can you talk to us a little bit about some of that stuff?
Totally, absolutely. So the Everyday Goddess is a lifestyle brand, and it's all about empowering women, but it's all about empowering women to be confident and with radical self-love. No bullshit, sexual wellness and radical self-love. That's what we're doing here. Where my real big passion is right now is in the Goddess program, an 8-week therapeutic transformational program that I work with women one-on-one over 8 weeks. So like really just like ignite you with some juice, ignite you with some fire that we've been looking for. And then many of those women, and if you don't want to take the Goddess program, that's cool, can also join me in the Sex for Breakfast Club, which is my women's community. It's more my like hangout place, you know? So we have like free yoga, and we have chefs that come in and do recipes, and we have coaching calls with me twice a week if you want. So that's my community. Yeah. So that's a membership community. And then there's the Goddess program, which is like my therapy program. If people don't want to sign up with me just to do a one-on-one straight talk therapy in my private practice, which is also something I offer.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
and for chatting.
Thank you so much. I've been wanting to talk to you for so long, and I feel very blessed to have you on here with us. And your beautiful, effervescent spirit definitely comes through.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of following you. If everybody isn't following Carlen Costa, you absolutely should be. It's carlen.costa on Instagram. And we'll be chatting soon because I think we'll be talking to you quite a bit more.
Yeah. Hey, girl. Oh, I got you. Thank you, goddesses. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.